Hey everyone, it's Anthony Ramos from GLAAD. Are you all excited for the prom coming out on Friday on Netflix? We are very excited. It's going to be so much fun. And today we have the two stars, Joe Ellen Pellman, who plays Emma, and then Ariana DeBose, who plays Alyssa Green. So we're going to be doing two chats with them, two hangouts. First up, I believe Joe Ellen is going to be coming in. Let me just check and see if she's here. And then after that, we're going to be talking to Ariana DeBose. So let me see here. One sec. Oh, I don't see her here yet. Hold on one sec. Sorry, my phone is being crazy. But anyway, she's going to be here soon. The prom, just a reminder, is coming Netflix on Friday, which is December 11th. Sorry, it's been a busy Monday, but I have seen the film, and you guys are all of you are going to absolutely love it. It's a lot of fun. Hey, everyone that's waving out there. So nice of you to, and thank you for people that are going to be donating too. I so appreciate that. But yes, happy Monday. Just a reminder, the prom, in case anyone isn't familiar, was on Broadway. It's about these two girls in Indiana who are a couple, and they're not allowed to go to their high school prom just because that they are LGBTQ. Yes, Art Geek 85. It is amazing. So much fun. Let me just check one more time to see if Joe Ellen is here. Let me see. I don't see her yet, but I'm sure she's going to be here any second. Hold on. I think her handle is not, oh, there we go. There we go. Let me see if that works. Joe Ellen will be here, followed by Ariana DeBose, all about the prom, coming out on Netflix this Friday. Reminder, the film has Nicole Kidman. Hi.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Hi.
How are you? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Sorry, this is literally the first time I've ever gone live ever in my life. So thank you for bearing with me.
I feel so honored that me and GLAAD get to be your first.
I know it really is a story.
Yes. Well, it's a big week. Friday is finally the prom will be out on Netflix. Just a reminder, everyone, Joe Ellen is the star. She is the main, the whole thing centers around your character, Emma, and obviously Alyssa, who played by Ariana DeBose, who will be joining us. But okay, so today's Monday, premiere on Friday. How's your week gonna be? Are you gonna be crazy? What are you gonna do? You gonna watch it with your friends and fam, or?
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's such a good question. It's so exciting. Like I get to do like lots of interviews and talking about the prom. It's playing in theaters right now. Grandma really, really wanted to see it in theaters. And so yesterday, my mom and I took her to go see it. And that was, I mean, surreal to see this film on the big screen and with, hearing the music on those speakers. Like, I am so glad that I got to share that experience with her. But it's really, I mean, it feels like it's a marathon. I've never experienced anything like this before. And so I'm just trying to take it one day at a time.
No, and that's great. And this film really should be experienced on the big screen too, because it is such a showstopper. There's so many amazing dance moves, choreography, singing. Let's talk about that. So this is your first big, big project, and you are, going in there, no big deal. Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman, James Corden, Kerry Washington. I mean, no big deal. And you get to sing with a lot of these people. I won't spoil it too much, although I think we know that you get to sing with Nicole Kidman because they put that out there. But what was that
Mhm.
like?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was a wild experience. So like when we were actually recording the songs, we all recorded them individually. So like the first time I was really working with everyone was in rehearsals. And I remember my first ever rehearsal for the prom was me and Nicole rehearsing Zaz, and I like walk into the studio on, the Paramount lot, and I mean, there she is, and I was just like, I mean, I was starstruck. But then we got right down to work, and I mean, Nicole's work ethic is unparalleled. I feel like I learned so much from like that experience in rehearsals with her. Yeah, it was a great time.
She's been such an ally to the community, obviously this movie, but just thinking about Boy Erased that she was a part of, she's such a supporter of the LGBTQ community. So is obviously Meryl and James and Carrie too. But for you, being an out actress yourself, what does it mean to get to be a part of telling Emma and Alyssa's story?
Yeah. I can bring my full authentic self to this role and not only be accepted, but celebrated. And I really do think like that's because of our queer elders who have been championing for this kind of representation in media for decades. And it's also so much thanks to Ryan Murphy and the work that he's done, especially. I mean, I feel like I
Ryan is amazing. He is a GLAAD Media Award honoree, of course. And I'm just thinking, now that you're in the Ryan Murphy universe, that means that you could pop up on like American Horror Story. We could see you in something else in his universe. It's a good place to be, right?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I love the Ryan Murphy universe. I remember I was such a, like Glee came out when I was in middle school, and it truly, I do think I chose to pursue performing because I loved Glee so much. And so he was, yeah, like his influence was so powerful for me like as a kid, and definitely now, I mean, I literally am where I am today because of Ryan. Yes, and I love the Murphyverse.
It's just beginning. And I think when you and I spoke last, you were lucky and you said that you had a pretty positive when you came out, you felt the love, thank goodness, as we all should. But what would it have meant to you to have a film like The Prom for?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Could you just repeat that last? I know that was my internet connection.
Nope. No, don't worry. Okay. No, I was just saying, what would it have meant for you to have that, to have The Prom to look to when you were a young person?
It would have meant the world, I think, and just seeing, I mean, because I'm such a musical fan, and seeing that, hey, people like me are worthy of a big movie musical happy ending too, that we deserve these kinds of like lovely, like fairy tale endings, like that means so much. And I can't wait for one, because I feel like some of my first introduction to the world of music and performing was through movie musicals. And so not only do we have this like wonderful new movie musical to add to the canon, but it also has such an inclusive message. And I mean, I'm so excited for young audiences to see it.
It's going to be so inspiring. Just a reminder, people that are just clicking in, Netflix, Friday, December 11th. I almost said set your DVRs, but you don't need to do that with Netflix. But make an appointment with yourself.
Yes.
And I think that means that a lot of people can watch it like at midnight on Netflix on Thursday. Like they'll.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to watch it all over again for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually like when it starts streaming in different time zones, but I just know like on Friday, yeah, it's gonna be available to watch everywhere. So I'm so excited for that.
We're going to be talking to Ariana after this. Tell me what it was like to get to share this experience. And just a reminder, everyone, Alyssa and Emma are the two characters at the center of this, played by, of course, Jo Ellen and Ariana. But what was it like to get to have this experience with her?
Oh my gosh, like Ariana is one of those people, like I remember watching the Tony performance of Bring It On the musical, I think it was like 2013, and just being like so in awe, like who is this performer on stage? And I feel like I like followed her career as a fan for, so long. And then I mean, there we were in the waiting room for this callback. That was the first time I met her. And we were just like making small talk and like getting to know one another. We talked about our star signs. I'm a Scorpio, she's an Aquarius. And just you know, starting to form this connection that would be the foundation of our relationship. And I mean, I just remember feeling like so supported, like we had each other's back in that callback. And it's still true to this day. Like, I love how our relationship has grown from like me like revering her as an icon to truly like, you know, she's one of my most near and dear friends, and we FaceTime sometimes like 5 times a day recently.
Ah, I love it.
I know if she is, I mean, she's just the best. Like, I remember some of my favorite moments on set were, or like, and like offset, where I would drive us to and from our like days of filming, because we both were new to LA, and you know, we just wanted to carpool, and like she would control the playlist and the tunes, and we would just talk about our days. And it's like those moments like that where I feel like our connection just like it formed this lasting friendship. And I'm yeah, she's the best. I can't wait for
That's
you guys
pretty
to
cool.
see this.
That is
Yeah.
pretty cool. Did you get to see the prom when it was on Broadway?
I did. So my mom and I went to go see it. It was the spring of 2019, like before I even knew anything about a film or knew anything about an audition. And I had just heard such good things, and it had themes that really hit close to home, because like I'm queer, my mom is gay, and like we're from Cincinnati, Ohio, like in the Midwest, and so we love love musicals. So it really did feel like, oh my gosh, all of our intersecting interests. And I just remember like leaving the theater and feeling so like so just like, okay, this is why I chose to become an actor. It's like because sometimes you just like strike gold and you get to work on a piece that's one like so artistically brilliant, and that's thanks to our incredible writers. And then it also has this message that you just want to share with the world. Yeah, and I mean the Broadway production, the Broadway cast, and all of the creative team behind it is the reason that we get to share this film with you today.
Knowing that it meant so much to you when you saw it on Broadway, tell me about the moment for you and your family when you found out that you got the part to be in the movie.
Yeah, so I was actually at a thrift store in Bushwick, Brooklyn. When I got the call, I was like browsing through the coat section. Um, and I mean, it was like the call that changed my life. And I remember immediately I called my mom, but she didn't pick up. But I left her a voice message, and she still has it, and it's really sweet. Um, and then I called my grandma, and it turns out my mom was at my grandma's house, so I got to tell both of them together. And so that was really special. But it was still like I don't even think they like believed it, or like really like process like, wait, no, you're gonna be in this film with all of these people. Like I mean, this it's still like I have to pinch myself. It's crazy.
I love seeing that on the poster when it's, Meryl Streep, James Corden, Nicole Kidman, Kerry Washington, and introducing Joe Ellen Pellman. I love that. You have that on there.
I know. I still can't believe I was like, oh my, introducing like that's such an honor. Like you don't see that every day. And so I was, yeah. Thank you
I know.
to all the folks that made
I'm
that
going to take
happen.
a couple questions before I let you go. So a couple people, okay, so here's, what was your favorite moment on set? That is from Erica Howard.
Favorite moment on set, probably. Okay, so the final prom, when like we shot the finale over the course of 3 days, and by the third day when we wrapped, when it was announced that we wrapped, like no one wanted to go home, and so we all just started doing this like big group hug, and they were playing "We Are the Champions" over the sound speaker, and like everyone was just singing along, and literally like everyone from like the background actors to our incredible dancers, crew to the principal cast, like we were all just like we didn't want to go. And I think so indicative of the kind that Ryan fostered on set, that we all just felt like family, and after 3 days of just like dancing our butts off, we still didn't even want to leave.
I love that. Okay, well, I'm gonna get Ariana next. So, is there before I let you
Awesome.
go, is there anything you would like me to say to Ariana on your behalf?
Just tell her that I said hi and I hope the cats are doing okay. And yeah, and I miss her.
I will do all of that. Well, Joe Ellen, thank you so much. Congratulations again. I'm going to stay on. You can click off, and then I'll bring in Ariana. But just a reminder, everyone, Joe Ellen is Emma in The Prom. It hits Netflix on Friday. You'll be singing, you'll be dancing, you will love it all. So thanks so much for joining.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, everyone. So we, like, just in case you're just clicking in case you have been hiding under a rock, the Netflix premiere of The Prom is Friday. We just spoke to Jo Ellen Pellman, who is making her big debut as Emma. Next up is going to be Ariana DeBose, and I think she is almost here. I see her popping up. Let's see. The magic of Instagram. Hi.
Hello.
Uh,
How are you, Anthony?
Good. So good to see you again.
You too.
Before we get started, I was just with Jo Ellen. She told me to tell you hello and she loves you. And she was telling me how sometimes you FaceTime 5 times a day and she can't believe what it means to be such good friends with someone like yourself when she was a big fan of yours when she was growing up.
Oh, that Joellen, she is my favorite, and she's telling you the truth. Sometimes we talk 5 times a day. It's major, you guys.
Well,
Friendship illness.
it's so well, and I was, for the just a reminder in case anyone's just clicking in. Ariana plays Alyssa, of course, the other half of this wonderful relationship between Emma and Alyssa, played by Jo Ellen Pellman and Ariana DeBose. What is it? Okay, so it's Monday. Friday is premiere. What is your life like right now? What emotions, what excitements are going through your mind?
It's nutty. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. It's been a thrilling ride so far. We've had the opportunity to talk to so many different people, lots of different press outlets, and lots of different LGBTQ organizations, very much like yourself with GLAAD. And it's
Thank you.
been really rewarding, just to get this message of acceptance and inclusion and get to talk about how blessed we've been to be able to make art
Yep.
during the time we're living in. It really has been, I mean, it's like it's a whirlwind, you know. It reminds me a little bit of my Hamilton experience because that didn't have words. There's in a way this doesn't have words either, but it's fabulous.
It's so fabulous, and I am lucky enough to have seen the film a little early, and it was that it's like all the feels, and I was like, this is why that we're doing the work that we're doing. It
Hmm.
feels like that we need these kind of films out there, and I just can't even imagine the families and the people
Yeah.
that are going to see it. What would it have meant to you to have something like this when you were, younger, kind of discovering yourself?
Yeah. I mean, when I was growing up, I certainly didn't have queer or LGBTQ identifying um, femme presenting role models necessarily. Um, I was lucky if I saw, women of color on my television screen as well. Not that I didn't have, like, I did have Kerry Washington, I did have Angela Bassett. There are really, really amazing examples, but to be black and queer, like that is, and a female, like those are different things, or not different things, but
Yeah.
that's a stacked list. So it would have been wonderful to have seen a film like this and to have had a character like Alyssa Green or a family like the Greens,
Hmm.
right? Because part of what I love about our film is that you do get to watch a family come out, because I really do believe that when one person comes out in a family, the whole family has the opportunity to come out and exhibit this journey of acceptance. Um, so I would have really loved it if I had had this blueprint. But I will say, shout out to my mama, because my mama is excellent.
Go,
And
mama. Yeah, I
yeah,
love that.
she so great. She, we were in a car. I think kids like to have these conversations in cars because your parents have to focus.
Yeah.
But I just said, I was like, Mom, I think I like boys and girls, and like I just really like humans because I think they're all beautiful. And she said, Well, that's fierce. Okay, moving on.
I love
Like,
that.
but that's not the norm, you know.
I know.
We spoke about that briefly. Like that's not the norm, and I hope that our film helps people move in that direction. Like I feel that's what I hope we get to that day where we're just accepting each other exactly as we are and celebrating our humanity.
I hope for that day too. Sharon Stage says your mom is so epic.
She is. Thank you, Sharon.
I love that. Speaking of epic, you mentioned, prior to this project, having someone like Kerry Washington on screen. But now Kerry Washington plays your mother in the prom. Tell me about, because Kerry really has been one of those people that has been a fearless fighter for all marginalized people. She's been an ally to the LGBTQ community.
Mhm.
She has been, with her roles, she always picks something that's going to advance. But even
Yeah.
in her life, like she's a fearless fighter. So what was it like to kind of get to share this experience with her?
Oh man, I don't have enough like dreamy adjectives for Kerry Washington. Like she's the bee's knees and just the lady boss of lady bosses, in my opinion. Um, but I was so grateful to have a partner in Carrie because she really was a partner. As much as she was playing my mom, like she really showed up for me as a support system and as a scene partner. Like we got into the nitty-gritty of what was really going on between these characters. And, we had several conversations about how we wanted to try and even subtly, like what subtleties could we add to the dynamics of this beautiful Black family and the moment that they're living in? How can we show that both mother and daughter have to make space for each other in order for the happy ending to happen? Um, and she's so cerebral and so real, but like she's a homie. Like I'm so happy that I came out of the process with not only a mentor and a mother figure, but like she's actually more like a sister to me now, like or like your favorite auntie. She's just everything, in my opinion.
I love that. Favorite auntie, I can relate to that because it's like the cool, like, I love that. Like, wise person that can tell things that you maybe can't tell your mom. Like, I totally get that. Let's talk about, okay, Ryan Murphy really, has made the prom into this phenomenon, as, that's going to be on
Mhm.
Netflix on Friday, everyone. Don't forget. What's it like getting to be a part of the Ryan Murphy universe and really be, working with someone who is committed to,
Mhm.
raising, elevating LGBTQ people and other marginalized people?
Ryan is a visionary. Like I think that is the best word to describe him. When you hear his name and it conjures um, a very specific thing, right? And it ultimately is excellence, in my opinion. There,
Mhm.
Ryan Murphy is synonymous with excellence, um, but he excels at making our queer stories accessible, right? He's taken his spotlight and put it right on queer love, biracial queer love, uh, Black queer love. He, even with the creation of Pose, he's put a spotlight on trans life in a way that we've never seen before. So as you say, yes, championing our stories. So to be a part of that legacy and moving the needle forward, it's a real honor. I grew up watching, I mean, I loved Glee, but I was really into American Horror Story. Not gonna
Uh,
lie. Like, homie, I was here for Miss Sarah Paulson now. I mean, and Miss Jessica Lange, honey. Ow. Like,
uh,
giving me acting excellence. But then he turns around and slaps me with Angela Bassett, and I wasn't ready. Like, I wasn't ready for the excellence and how he took that genre of suspense and horror and then told something so tangible. Anyways, I digress. He is so good at championing our stories and allowing our voices to be clearly heard, but accessible to people who don't hold our beliefs, right? Which is what I love so much about the prom. In the United States, everybody has a prom story, right? Whether it's good or bad, right? Everybody has a prom experience. And this is part of what I loved about Carrie so much. She said recently we were doing press together, and she was listening to one of my prom stories, my personal prom stories, and she said, I never actually thought about what it would be like for a queer Black girl to have a prom experience, right? And I was like, but that's the genius of the prom and the
Right.
material. It allows you to channel somebody else's experience. That's why I love Ryan Murphy.
And
Yes.
speaking on that, what do you want people to take away from that? What do you want people that watch this to, take away and to think about? Because that's very true. That's what this is. It's centering around a Black queer girl not getting to go to prom. But,
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I want people to see this film and realize that one, there's a blueprint. If you're trying to find the courage to stand in your most authentic power, like yes, you can see it made manifest in the Green family. There will be some bumps along the way, but it is the most, I really believe this is one of the bravest things you'll do in this life is having the courage to be truly seen. Um, but I want people to realize your happy ending is possible, right? Remember, there's a little bit of give and take because you do have to meet people where they are at. It's almost like a wedding. Weddings, people say that weddings are not about the happy couple, they're about everybody else. I think
Mhm.
when you're coming out, or at least in my experience, when in coming out and trying to have these very, very hard conversations, as much as they're for us standing in our power, it's an invitation to our families and the people we love the most to kind of join our party. So I've in my life, in my experience, learned to make a little space for them. Where are they at? How can I meet them and invite them to the conversation and get them to stay in the conversation? Um, it's a different approach, but I think it could be a good, useful one.
That is so beautiful. Thank you for those words. I want to, before I let you go, so Joe Ellen mentioned to me that during the filming of the finale, there was
Uh-huh.
like "We Are the Champions" playing, and no one wanted to say goodbye, etc. Is
Mhm.
there a moment like that, or do you have a favorite? Because some people want to know what your favorite moment or your favorite scene was. So is there an experience that you had making the prom that you will hold close to your heart?
I mean, number one, the entire experience of making the prom, because it was the first film I've made in LA. In fact, I've made very few films. It's the only film I've made in LA. But so I will hold that very near and dear to my heart. But I will say there were so many moments wrapped in the inclusive prom. It was shot over 3 days. And I remember very vividly what Joellen is referencing. Um, and she's right, no one wanted to go home. But within that 3 days, there were so many different things that happened. Like Carrie and I, there's a specific scene at the end of towards the end of the film that happens, and it was so special. And I won't tell you about it too much because no spoilers here. But it was so special because it really invited the entire group of us, our background, our dancers, principal cast, we were all a part of that moment in the celebration of it all. And then on a personal note for me, like there's a little moment where Meryl Streep touched me. I can't even speak. I got no English. Just like it left my body. But she touches me in a scene and turns me around. And number one, Alyssa and Dee Dee, they don't really have anything to do with each other in the
Right,
film.
right.
So the fact that I got even a fraction of a moment to look Miss Merrill in the face, like that was something I really cherished on a personal note. Yeah.
Meryl, yeah. Well, and just a reminder, everyone, the prom is starring, of course, the amazing Ariana DeBose and Joe Ellen Pellman, who was with us a few minutes ago. but also, as you said, Meryl Streep, Kerry Washington, Nicole Kidman, James Corden. The list goes on and on. It's so I so appreciate the time. We're so excited for you. We're so excited the film is coming out. So everyone, thank you for joining. And reminder that Friday, finally, December 11th on Netflix. Go get it. Get your prom outfit. You'll be dancing. You'll be singing, crying, all of it.
All of it. Please tag us in all your photos. We want to see what you're wearing. We want to hear about all of it. And if you haven't gotten an opportunity, click on that donate button. Even $5 makes a difference. Help GLAAD continue their good work. And thank you guys for showing up to listen to our little conversation. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Joelle and Pellman taking over the world.
Yes, I love that. Well, thanks so much. I hope to see you in person at some point soon, right?
Ditto. Oh my gosh.
I know. Well, take care, be safe, and congratulations. And I'll be singing and dancing along with you on Friday.
Thank you, my friend. Mwah.
Mwah. Thank you.
Adios.
Bye.